understands his role. He is a great ball mover. Rupe had a really, really good first game the other night, 23 points. Did a nice job. This will be a very interesting game. I do one thing. You talk about Hansen. He should go and have a conversation with Zach Edey. They can look each other in the eyes.
Zach Edey is in the house. Edey, of course, was playing in these Summer League games a year ago. He and Jalen Wells were terrific. Wells is playing Summer League ball, and we're underway. Last game of the night. Glad you're joining us. Some late night hoops here in Las Vegas, wrapping up day 3. Wells first look and gets contact at the basket to our left where they had a little shift change on the netting.
That's funny because I didn't think a lot of shots were made, but in the end there were. Chauncey Billups in the house.
Still got a pretty good grip there. It was a pretty good knock on the shoulder on the way by.
That dude was a good player, man.
Yeah, he was. And he's trying to form the Summer League Blazers like they're reforming the big team, Portland Trail Blazers. We saw last night in their win over Golden State, by the way, they won by 33 points, as you look at the new twine, is they're going to play up-tempo, and maybe before that, they're going to play defense and then play up-tempo.
Yeah, they're going to extend the floor, and they're going to pick up the ball in the backcourt, almost like the teams did in the playoffs. And they're going to come at you at a warp speed.
City Sissoko spoke to Dave McMenamin pregame, getting our first bucket, and the Memphis turnover. James Bouknight, who was a lottery pick by Charlotte 4 years ago, was ball handling, number 11 in white, getting the shot with Portland here in the Summer League. There's the footwork and athletic ability of young Hansen.
He lives in the middle of the floor. They took away those wings, opened up the floor. He puts it down. My guy Bill Bano said he's right. He's got an interesting skill set. Here's the problem on the other end, though.
Got beat on that defensive end by Jemai Meshack.
Some people say you can play those two bigs together eventually.
With Klingon and Young.
But how do you defend on the other end with those two bigs?
Young's game right now on the offensive end. He was a star in China at a young age, spent the last 2 years in the Chinese Basketball Association, the rising star of the year the last 2 years.
Made a little flaw right there, getting himself on balance, being strong with the ball. And he's already an NBA player. He's complaining the efficiency.
That's the first rite of passage.
That's the rite of passage. Had a good first game. He goes, let's get after these people. Good pass by Bacot.
Good look from the left, not in for Tyler Burton, getting a start tonight for Thomas Iasolo. He's the only NBA head coach who is also head coaching the Summer League team. Of course, took over late in the season when Taylor Jenkins was relieved of his duties. Ball on the floor out of bounds. Officials look at each other. And it will go to Memphis. There's a look at Thomas, of course, a native of Finland, played overseas, was a coach of the year in the Bundesliga in Germany, also coached in Paris, and was in his first year as an assistant in Memphis, taking over in late March.
A really creative offensive coach. A matchup to watch is Bouknight and Jemai Meshack. Meshack is an absolute menace.
Spin in the lane. Young defending that time. Armando Bacot, who spent 5 years at North Carolina. There you go. Meshack already getting involved, but the possession stays with Portland. Caleb Love offering a three.
Caleb Love had 2 terrific seasons at Arizona, played in the championship game for North Carolina.
Sissoko gets called with the foul at half court.
Good little pass, shot ready, jumps up, knocks it down. Great speed, good in the open court, Love.
He's a ready-made guy.
He's a ready-made, experienced player, as he is.
Jalen Wells wanted the whistle. None given. Caleb Love already has inked a 2-way contract with the Blazers.
With a little floor, Hansen, and there's the pass.
With a foul inside against Memphis. Ronnie Burrell is coaching the Portland Trail Blazers Summer League team, assistant coach for Chauncey Billups. Did a nice job with the Brooklyn Nets as an assistant, and on Long Island was named a G League Coach of the Year just a couple of years ago. Grizzlies lost to the Celtics yesterday in their Summer League debut. This is Sissoko. Nice pass behind the back out to the wing and dropped through by James Bouknight.
James Bouknight is a terrific player at UConn. Has all kinds of talent. Has lacked maybe the discipline that you need to really make it in this league. You talk about a lottery pick. Speaking about a UConn guy that has discipline, Cam Spencer with tremendous discipline. This dude just competes.
Spencer looked to his right, kept the ball, got the foul by Rupert, and knocked down the triple.
He just gets it. I mean, a elite shooter, really competitive, ball moves. Memphis on the other end. Right here, boom, looks off the defense, jumps up, knocks that thing down. Spencer has a grit about him. And his brother, who's with Golden State, was one of the greatest lacrosse players in recent history. He was the Heisman winner.
Was Pat Spencer?
Yes, Pat Spencer of lacrosse.
Pretty remarkable story.
It's an unbelievable story.
Was one of the best, right?
Yeah,
in
I mean,
Division I.
He won the award.
Went for an extra year at Northwestern, played basketball,
yes.
And then worked his way through to the Golden State Warriors on their bench.
I had a chance to watch UConn practice a bunch with Cam Spencer. He is the perfect Danny Hurley player because he's as competitive and focused and locked in and is tough. He could be a Hurley.
Back-to-back champs with UConn. Cam Spencer just dealt with the injuries last year, looking healthy, and Sissoko looking strong for the Blazers there. Offensive rebound. Baycott off the grab, able to put it in.
In North Carolina, that guy had an incredible year at North Carolina. They missed him because they did not have a big to play through.
Young Hansen called for the illegal screen up high.
That was a European screen in the backcourt.
Or was it a Chinese basketball association?
Yeah, Chinese basketball, but I mean, he basically is jogging up the floor. He sees it. He just stops. He turns a little bit.
Blazers have opened 5 for 5 from the field. Grizzlies make a few changes. This is Aaron Estrada in the game right now in ball handling for Memphis. Estrada, the lefty, missing from the free throw line. Rebounded by Sean Padula. Spent some time at Virginia Tech and Ole Miss. Down low, reverse layup for DJ Carton.
DJ Carton played for Marquette. Winning player, Shaka Smart. What a job he's done at Marquette. One of the few coaches in the country that has not gone into the portal. He believes in the guys he's recruiting and player development, and they've found ways to be very successful that way.
Got to buy a scorecard for this game. These coaches are going up and down their lineup. Hockey line changes in and out. Playing a little faster. We know this guy, Jalen Wells, no good on that end. Offensive rebound. Lovering is fouled. That'll bring us to a timeout here in Las Vegas. Frenetic start early. Bouknight hitting a 3 out of the corner.
Yeah, James get a paint touch. Sissoko, he forces help. Bouknight, this is one thing he can do. He can shoot the 3, good spacing, jumps up, knocks it down. He needs to do more of that. I expect it to be from one of the great Syracuse, alums of all time. But I mean,
still got the 3.
He's still got the 3, and obviously the compassion for others is right there.
Guys, back yesterday, we had someone barreling right at us. You were ducking behind me.
I tried to save you, but I was on the wrong side.
We played zone for a reason, fellas.
Quick touche. Shot missed by Tyson. Down floor. Lovering in the big man. Oh, off the good cut, couldn't finish. Flandrous Fleming that time in the game. Young Hansen back in, the first-round rookie, has the ball right now for Portland. Well, Euro step down the lane, couldn't finish, and now Memphis has numbers. Lovering's been at the right place at the right time, couldn't get the spin on the ball. He hasn't worked through Young as much here in this first quarter, but this is the spot where he works well, right on the top.
Right in the shoot. I call it the shoot. That middle third of the floor, like he's not rolling down to the post. He's getting his post-ups on back downs from the middle of the floor, but he's a playmaker in the middle of the floor.
Free fan perks. That's a win with NBA ID. Get exclusive merch deals, chances to meet NBA legends, and more all summer long. Join free now at nba.com/ID or in the NBA app. Some Lakers fans sticking around, watching our nightcap. They tee up Young for three. Wide right. Baycott leaking out, gets the two-hand jam.
Good job of Spencer looking up the floor.
Memphis takes the lead there, and a foul on Nate Hinton of Memphis.
Hansen showed a little range. He banked one in yesterday. That one didn't get a bank. And there's the hit ahead. Good job running the floor by Baycott.
UNC's all-time leader in double-doubles, rebounds, games. Played for the Jazz in the Summer League last season. There you see his G League numbers from last year with the Memphis Hustle.
What an incredible, incredible. Think about the record set he holds at the University of North Carolina.
Been a few good players there.
I mean, and the consistency of how he played and how hard he played and his ability to rebound the ball.
So the Tar Heels to the championship game in 22 in 5 seasons in Chapel Hill. There's our man, Armando Baycott, can't convert there. Final 35 seconds of our opening quarter. Young sets a mean screen.
There he goes down to the block. Really good execution. Little high ball spin, roll him down to the block, kick it out to the corner. He gets the seal and the catch.
Celebrated his 20th birthday on draft night.
He's got great hands.
Played for the Qingdao Eagles of the Chinese Basketball Association. Foul on Ryan Rupert of Portland.
A little different than Klingon, but watch it. There's going to be, he just backs his defender down, and at 7-2, catches, good finish, good patience in the paint.
The Portland Trailblazers front office, they knew something others didn't. They spent a lot of time in China checking out Young Hansen to the tune of a couple of years. Final shots here at the end of the first quarter. Out the basket for Jeremy Jones. And that'll do it for the first between Memphis and Portland. All defending champs to a 7th game in round 2. Taylor Jenkins done a terrific job in Memphis. They ended up through the play-in as the 8th seed and got knocked out by Oklahoma City. And now in Summer League, an opportunity for Thomas Isolo not only to run his team through it, but some of the young players, some of the really good young players, including that guy, Cam Spencer, at the free throw line.
And I also think kind of trying to put a system in place and an accountability in place and developing the relationships as a head coach and a decision maker with these young players.
Young Hansen against Baycott, and Baycott wins that battle.
He's not as comfortable down there.
Jones missing the 3, but Flandris Fleming able to fix it, the rookie from Florida. Undrafted rookie back in 2022. He's an NBA rookie, but he's been playing around, played in Germany and France and Portugal.
And those experiences are so valuable. And what is he trying to do here? Probably doesn't He's not playing for a roster spot. What he's doing is playing to get an opportunity to play at a higher level and get a better contract overseas.
That's what we'll see over the coming days of Summer League 2 is some of the high draft picks play 2, 3, maybe 4 games, and then you'll start seeing other guys get showcased. And it is a showcase event here in Las Vegas.
Without a doubt.
No, scanning through the media guide, just wanted to make sure that Thomas Isola was the only NBA coach that was coaching a Summer League team. And I'm like, oh, Billy Donovan's coaching the Bulls.
Brought Billy Donovan.
Billy Donovan the third
exactly.
is coaching the Chicago Bulls.
Which is such a cool thing.
It is.
And for Billy. And be able to share that experience, that love, that passion. We see a lot of father-son coaching duos. So Rick Pitino had his son Richard with him, and Richard doing a terrific job, new head coach at Xavier.
And the younger Billy Donovan's doing a really good job coming up through the ranks as well. Growing up in the game feels like it's such an advantage, too. You're immersed in it at such a younger age.
Well, Dave Adelman grew up in the game.
Now the head coach of the Denver Nuggets. Landris Fleming with that jumper. Memphis has opened up a 6-point lead. Summer League Grizzlies getting it after defensively here so far tonight. Landris Fleming played 4 seasons at Charleston Southern, 2-time first-team Big South, and a Defensive Player of the Year.
And a guy who can make a shot and is competitive. And this is the great thing about the Summer League for these players. This is a unique stage to play on, and their audience are basically people that are going to control their destiny and their careers, whether it's here in the States or overseas.
And it's not an easy road. There's a lot of competition. There's some disappointment. And
it's hard. The transition to play overseas, a different environment, a different language, a different culture. It sounds, oh yeah, just go overseas. First of all, the money's not the same. You earn your money. Like in the NBA, it's a futures market.
That might be flagrant as a call from many of the fans here as Lawson Lovering went after the waist of young Hansen on that drive. Both getting up slow, but that didn't appear to be a basketball play down the stretch. Let's take a look. He tried to reach for the basketball, and then Lovering was losing his balance and used Young to kind of regain himself, but grab that left wrist.
Tripped right there.
Yeah. 2 free throws coming. You know, this is kind of inverse of what you just mentioned, guys that have to go overseas. Here's a guy who's trying to get used to the American culture, doesn't speak the language at all. He is working on it, and by all accounts has an unbelievable personality. They've really enjoyed the Blazers their time so far with young Hansen.
I watched their practice yesterday, and as the coaching staff was talking, then they had to wait for a second for the interpreter then to communicate to him what he wanted to do. But you also watched the interaction without even understanding the language. He was still interacting with his teammates.
There's an international basketball language.
Yeah, it was really interesting, like pointing and questioning, putting an arm around a guy and, kind of.
Have you worked at overseas where you're coaching and you need a little translated help?
I have. My brother's made a career of coaching overseas.
And how does that work for him? Because it's...
Usually you have a member on your staff that is like, he's coached in Italy, he's coached in Turkey, and you have someone on your staff that speaks the language and also is fluent in English, and they basically are a conduit to being able to coach that person and communicate with that person. And eventually you develop kind of a middle ground where you both understand each other.
I'm sure you've come across this too. Some of the foreign language basketball words are just English Americanized foreign words, which is sometimes very helpful.
But there's also another glossary, and that's the other thing. When you go from team to team, it might be bluing, which is downing a side ball screen to someone, but it's bluing to someone else. Or, there's terminology that sometimes is not universal. So you go into a new environment and you've got to learn a new glossary.
Well, young Hansen may not speak English very well, but he's got some fans here in Las Vegas as well that will help him feel a little bit like he's home. 5:39. Well, I got a lot of good signatures on that ball. That's one of the best parts of coming here, too, especially when you're that age.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I
met a lot of autographs.
I met a dad that's here for the week with his son for vacation.
Really? Oh, young Hansen with his highlight dunk of Summer League. That speaks in every language. Foul off the ball is an offensive foul taken by City Sissoko, but we need to see young Hansen's work at the rim.
This will be on SportsCenter, there's no doubt about it. Tell you what, he's got incredible footwork, but he's also graceful and a little bit, that's explosive and physical and with force. I'm watching this play, and I'm sitting there looking down there. Zach Edey's got the big Purdue shirt on. I'm wondering what he's thinking.
Thinking, welcome to the competition.
I think that's, like what's going through his mind. He's so much better in this area here. Look at this pass.
Look at that. Sissoko with a hand in his face drops it down. How about the front line of the Blazers here tonight?
That is terrific out there. Great pass by Bouknight also, finding the corner spot up.
Portland had started 9th and 10th from the field. The shots got away from them for a little bit, but now they're falling, and they've got the lead, and they got a little new energy about them right now.
How about just the ball movement, and how about like he just sticks it in that one hand and he sees the play develop. Well, there's the hook pass for my Bouknight. Really good job of understanding floor balance. But Hansen, I mean, like he had the ball, he was holding that thing like a grapefruit, and he read it and made the right play.
In his second summer league game, we're talking about he's learning English in bits and pieces, Seth Greenberg, but there's an international language of basketball.
You find a different way to communicate. He moved the defense with his eyes right there on the back cut, but because the cut wasn't finished, watch how he reacts. He can't say it in English, he can't say it in Chinese, but he can also communicate. Say, hey, cut, finish your cut hard. And that's exactly the way they're going to learn to communicate and connect, and eventually, obviously, his English will improve, but there's a way of communicating in a game of basketball without sharing the same language.
These two teams, Portland and Memphis, kind of tied at the hip on draft night because the Portland traded the rights to Cedric Coward to Memphis, and the Grizzlies used that pick at 16 to take young Hansen at 7'1", and impressing folks here in Las Vegas early on. 3:20 to go in this first half. Young on the floor right now, and his Blazers with a 1-point lead. I'll wipe up some perspiration. Ryan Rupert and City Sissoko also on the floor. A very international flavor for this Portland team.
Oh, good slip again.
He'll take the credit on that one. If I've read his lips right, I think he's learning some English expletives.
That's good. It's English. There's a lot of different ways to communicate.
He was communicating with himself. He was not happy with the height of that pass.
I just think the system they have in place for Summer League with this team, when he's in the game, is actually fits their personnel perfectly.
Wide open look for Caleb Love. His former North Carolina teammate Armando Bacot with the rebound. Wells. Ball kept alive by Spencer, and Bacot will get a couple of free throws out of it. .235 left in the half. Low-scoring first half. The one thing you've noticed about young Hansen as well is he's really trying to catch his breath here. His back-to-back games for him, he's using a lot of energy.
I agree with you there. Conditioning is obviously going to be a huge factor. Look, I mean, this is just the speed of this game compared to what he's used to playing. It's two different worlds, especially the way the Trailblazers are trying to play the game right now.
That's a good point. We want to go up-tempo and fast. And a reminder, our next WNBA game is tomorrow afternoon. ABC, ESPN+, Caitlin Clark, Fever, host Paige Beckers, and the Wings. Coverage begins at 1 Eastern Time, noon in Dallas. And they want to go fast, faster, and even more fast than that. And that's been the assignment sent down from Chauncey Billups to the Trailblazers Summer League head coach Ronnie Burrell. And that's what we've seen for 2 nights so far from Portland. And we've also seen Caleb Love just so under control.
And that's a great way to put it. It's exactly what I was thinking. He is absolutely got his feet underneath him. He's playing with a great pace. He's making great decisions. He's playing within himself, but still staying aggressive.
Fired by Baycott. It's an open shooter. Burton misses from outside. But they're going to say it was last touch by Young. Or foul was called from the...
Watch the poise that Caleb Love is playing with. Just a really good pace. One hard dribble, gets it underneath, and then watch these guys fight down in the paint, trying to wedge rebound.
The foul was just called out of bounds, and Memphis can't cash in on the extra possession. Love taking on 3 Grizzlies. Got no good. Cameron Tyson down to the final 140 of this half. Burton, who got the start. Tyler Burton out of Villanova. Good looking runner that time.
Started at Richmond.
Most improved player of the conference, right, in this couple of years. In Richmond, and now Portland will take a timeout with 1:26 to go in the half. Back and forth we go in this first half. Grizzlies right now with a 1-point lead.
Game.
And Dallas gave us a great look at him. That's 31 minutes for the second consecutive game in a 40-minute game. That's going to count for 3 for Portland. As Cameron Tyson knocks down the triple, another guy who played for the Rip City Remix last year.
Cooper Flagg likes ball. Like, he likes to play. I mean, he's not a guy that's going to want to be shut down.
And that would be a good sign for fans who still want to see him play if they're holding tickets down the road.
Really nice job of moving without the ball right here. A little pin down, little dribble handoff. Again, Hansen just making simple plays.
Cameron Tyson, by the way, had a great prep career up in Seattle. Zach Levine had the all-time scoring record at his high school, and that guy, Cameron Tyson, broke it. A legend at Seattle University, and having himself a nice little second quarter here in Las Vegas as the Blazers are taking a 5-point lead.
And just really behind the ball, jumps up and knocks it down, and then finds one in the corner right there. Good little spot up right there. Gets it off quick. A contested 3, knocks it down. Got a big physical body right there. Can really, really shoot the basketball.
All-time record holder for three-pointers made at Seattle U. And 319 of them as we check out the Portland Trailblazers, who were 36 and 46 a year ago. A lot of change for this team. Anthony Simons was dealt to Boston in that Drew Holiday deal. DeAndre Ayton was bought out, now a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. But they've got some really good young players. I have to say, in January and even down the stretch of the season, that was a team that you had to check out. If you're a League Pass fan, they weren't on national TV a whole bunch last year. Second half of the year, Portland was a lot of fun to watch.
Tamari Kamara, he kind of emerged. That guy is an elite defender. Started at Georgia, playing for Tom Crean, transferred to 8. Had a terrific 2 years there. Another guy takes advantage of opportunities. There are a lot of different ways to get to the league. But what he's done is he's taken advantage of those ways, and now he's going to stay in the league. I mean, he's going to be a rotation player in the NBA, a two-way player. Shot 40, almost 39%, 37% from the three-point line. But he is an elite defender.
He's a Chauncey Billups guy, isn't he?
Yeah,
if anybody,
he's got grit to him.
Toughness and chip on the shoulder. Chauncey had to earn his way as well in the NBA in his playing days, on his way to a championship in Detroit. Look, they've got young guys. It's still not going to be an easy road for them, especially in the West. We mentioned Drew Holiday coming over. That's going to be terrific for all the guards, whether it be Shaedon Sharpe and Scoot Henderson, too. It's a very important time in Scoot.
Can he take a step forward? Scoot Henderson is incredibly talented, but he's got to figure out a way to be efficient and play winning basketball. Like, you can't play to play. You know, in the NBA, you play 82 games. But if you want to be a winning team, a team that can compete for the playoffs, you've got to play winning basketball every single night, and that's where Scoot's got to get to, and he's playing for the right coach.
Well, you see Portland is picked in the lottery quite a bit over the years. Scoot Henderson was a number 7 pick. Klingon last year. He's expecting himself to have a really good second season coming up. And Jeremy Grant will be on that front line as well for Portland. Final 30 seconds of the first half. Late clock miss by Memphis. Blazers by 5. About 2 seconds difference on the shot clock. Memphis led 33-27 at one point, and the Blazers on an 18-7 run since. Here's Young. Backing down Baycott. Here's that Nowitzki one-legged fade. Couldn't
love
hit.
that shot.
Love it. Three-quarter court Baycott. You thought that was going, didn't you?
That had a shot right there. He's not as comfortable, Hansen, down on the block. He's got to get a little lower, get his hips a little lower, maybe even face. But Baycott showed some range. That didn't.
Here at the Thomas and Mack Center, and the Portland Trailblazers, great finish to the second quarter. I think young Hansen's exploits already going viral in the Pacific Northwest.
He's been really impressive. And, you talk about the passing, you talk about his footwork. He's got terrific hands. He's also got a really good feel of how to play right there. Read the defense, we see the footwork. Reach back, little drop step there, seal the defender, push him to the front of the rim, running the court, off the roll, hard roll right there. He's been really impressive, as this Portland team. I love the spacing that they're playing with. The ball movement's been really solid, as is Memphis. Both of these teams are playing the game the right way. Sharing the ball, making plays for each other, competing at a high level. A lot of guys getting involved in the games. I think both coaches are probably very happy with the way their teams are playing.
Young Hansen, 8 points for Portland. City Sissoko leads that score sheet with 9. Cam Spencer with 9 points to lead all Memphis scores. And Lawson Lovering, who was on the unfortunate end of the poster from Young Hansen, did deliver 8 points off the bench for Memphis. 3-pointer to open up this third quarter. Ryan Rupert, who's in his second season, was a second-round pick for the Blazers a year ago at number 43. And Spencer gets a nice roll to open up quarter number 3.
Just has a feel of how to play. I mean, he doesn't do a lot that he can't do, and he does a lot that basically the defense gives him.
He had a night with the G League team as Caleb Love has really looked impressive here tonight. Cam Spencer had a night for the G League team. It was December 2nd. He was 12 for 15 from three-point land. Ended up with a 51-point G League night.
How about that? Got it started at Loyola.
Finished at UConn. Biggest lead right now for Portland as they continue the stretch. They finished the second quarter before Baycott had it knocked out of bounds.
Cam Spencer always on balance, under control. Good job of. Sorry, I think that's Caleb Love, if I'm not mistaken. I just got pump faked.
That's all right. Caleb Love with 10. You're allowed to get knocked off your feet. Let's see if Jan can add to his viral nature missing from outside. That one a little more online than the first attempt earlier. Shot at 27% from 3 in the Chinese Basketball Association. Baycott's been active for Memphis. Wells checks his feet. And a loose ball foul. That'll be on Baycott, who didn't have position from behind.
I really like both teams picking the ball up in the backcourt. They're basically just disrupting a little bit of the rhythm of their opponent's offense, pushing them out a step further and having them play deeper into the clock, which I really like. We saw a lot of that in the NBA playoffs.
Sure did. What an outstanding year for the postseason for the NBA. We were talking about that in the green room before the games.
You had to watch every game. And the intensity of the games, the physicality of the games, the sense of urgency of the games, the preparation for the coaches and the players.
Jan getting a hand in there and getting a steal to his ledger. Young Hansen has found some fans here in Portland. Here in Las Vegas. He's already got fans in Portland, but here in Vegas, he's already becoming a fan favorite.
He's got a very good way about him.
Love leaking out of the inbound and goes hard to the rim for the bucket.
Caleb Love has been really solid in both of these games. And he's playing aggressively, what I would call selectively aggressive, and been really efficient.
This time it's Sissoko with the steal. Went for the dunk and came up short. Caleb Love, by the way, has a dozen points, had 18 the other night. Spencer thought about a three. They'll run some offense instead. Big cut, extra pass into the corner, and the three-pointer's good for Tyler Burton. I think he tripped on a teammate on the bench after he took the shot.
And it all started with the pocket pass, which led to the short roll and one extra pass. Really good execution in the half court.
Got a timeout here in Las Vegas. Blazers with the lead here early in this third quarter.
Little pocket pass, make one more, good spot up, jump up, knock down that three. That's good ball. He can make shots. He's got length. He should be a good defender. That was a good effort play. Those are all positive plays for him.
Booknight was the 11th pick of the draft in 2021 by Charlotte. Played for them for 3 seasons before being waived. Steal, Fleming, another block. Sissoko that time got a hand on it. City into the front court, hits Young, and he's going to travel. He's kind of caught in between of stepping into a three or taking it down the lane. Three minutes to go here in the third. Memphis only down 3, a chance for the tie. And the shot by Jeremy Jones off target and out of bounds. So with 2:53 to go here in the third quarter, young Hansen, the young rookie of the Blazers, 3-point lead.
It means a lot. It's very humbling. I'm coming into this league not really with a lot of expectation, but it's nice to see your hard work pay off sometimes.
Did you watch the NBA playoffs and see teams like Indiana, OKC have a ton of success with players who would fit kind of your build or your defensive mindset? And how'd that make you feel about maybe your future in the league?
For sure. I think I'm made for playoff basketball. Just the way it's competition all the time, the way they're going after each other. So yeah, I think it's what's very exciting about me. Just being able to play both sides of the court and have an impact on defense and help a team win. I think that's what I take the most pride in, for sure.
You guys made a major move trading Anthony Simons to Boston for a guy who's made multiple all-defensive teams and a champion in Drew Holiday. What do you think about Drew's game and how you guys can work together in Portland?
I'm very excited. I watched a lot of clips from him when I was trying to get better on defense. So being able to have them on the team and mentor me and mentor the school and all the other guys, I think it's going to be huge for us, especially we're a very young team. So very excited to have him on the team for sure.
You're a very young team, and there's a lot of you guys here today. And I don't know if there was one moment that got you guys more excited than Young Hansen's dunk in the first half. What did you see out of your young center so far, and certainly what he's done tonight?
It's very exciting. I think his feel for the game is 0 to none. I mean, he has an incredible feel for the game. He's a very nice guy, very competitive. So I think he's just going to get better every day, and it's super exciting for our team. And he's embracing his role very nicely. And yeah, I'm very excited to have him around us for sure.
You guys got 36 wins last year. It's a crowded Western Conference. You could probably say 13, 14 teams with a chance to make the playoffs. What's it going to take to move up to the top 10, at least make the play-in tournament next year?
I think focusing on ourselves. I think we have all the pieces that we need. We just need to keep working, stay true to ourselves, and trust the process. I think we've been taking great strides, and we just got to keep going the right way, the same direction, and just trusting the coaching staff and the program and all the confidence that they give us every day.
I appreciate the time. Thanks, Tamani.
Thanks, Dave. Tamani Kamara, as he mentioned, had a terrific year, great defender. Another guy late in the draft. He was a 52nd pick last year.
Evaluating such a big part of this thing. And guys, what did he do? He bought into a role. And he became really good at that, and while other parts of his game developed.
Say he was a 52nd pick in 23. He's got 2 years under his belt. 11 points and about 5.5 assists, plus those 1.5 steals. Portland with a 4-point lead coming down to the final minute 10 of quarter 3. Young Hansen wants to back down Baycott this time. 5 to shoot. And in his face 3, no good by Cameron Tyson. Memphis been pesky. Baycott, another offensive rebound. Can't get it over Young. But it'll stay with the Grizz with 44 seconds to go in the third. Nice pass down low. Meshack with the bucket. Got a 2-point game here with 30 seconds left in the third.
This has been a well-played game. This has been a fun game to watch.
It has. Guys have gotten after it, made it hard on the other team.
And played good basketball.
Young and Sissoko 2-man game. Near steal out on the far side, and they're going to say it's a successful steal. Jeremy Jones. Let's go big picture on Portland. We just heard from Tumani Kamara, and the conversation with Dave McMenamin was about Drew Holiday, who's a 2-time NBA champ, won a championship with Milwaukee and with Boston. Dealt with injury last year, but just his defense and his veteran leadership is exactly what Chauncey Billups needs with a young team like the Blazers.
100%, because you have to have a guy that can coach your locker room. You're only as good as your locker room, and you need a guy with a young team to teach these guys how to be pros and how to prepare and how to get to the next play and how to deal with adversity and how to go on the road, know you can have a tough road trip, but bounce back and continue to grind. So, I think that's just, it's the most underrated part of, especially in the NBA, with an 82-game season. If your team is going south and you have a bad locker room, there's no chance to recover. But if you've got leadership in the locker room, you have a chance to unplug, plug back in, and regroup.
And leadership on top of a team who finished strong. You see the green lights blinking over at the scorer's table. They are in a Portland Trailblazers challenge on that out-of-bounds play on the far side. We're going to take a look at it for the first time with all of you. Jeremy Jones knocked it out of bounds, but who touched it last? It was almost simultaneous. I think Jones might have hit it with his finger. That ball looked like it might have changed
direction
right at the last minute.
Not great monitors.
They're actually, we talk about the heave rule. They're also experimenting.
That's interesting.
Chip. Now, we don't know which balls in Summer League. It's not every basketball, but some of them will have chips in them that have technology. It's way above my pay grade, where you can find out using technology.
You know who has that? The guys from Caltech.
That's a good point. We highlighted that the other night.
Dave's got that under control. Caltech's taking over the broadcast.
There's a really good look there, and I don't know if that ball changed direction as much as I thought on the left hand of Jeremy Jones. As the officials continue to get help from the replay center. We're going frame by frame here. The right-hand index finger of Jeremy Jones.
That looks like it hits it right there. You see the ball turn a little bit to the right?
Indeed. I'm always wrong on these anyway, but I feel
No, you're right on that one. You're like Inspector Clouseau on this one.
Oh, we get the zoom in too.
Yeah, no, definitely. Look at the direction of the ball.
This is an aside. Is it just me? But like in crime television shows, when they zoom in, it gets clearer. When I zoom in on my phone, it gets blurrier.
I can tell you one thing: if I don't have glasses on, it's guesswork for me. But I see the direction of that ball, the spin of the ball being changed.
Well, the good news is Danielle Scott is our lead official, and she'll give us an idea of which way they're going as the Blazers review. But I'm with you. I think that was off the finger
After
of Jeremy
review,
Jones.
the challenge is successful. The call will be overturned to Portland ball. They'll get the ball side out, 6 seconds on the shot clock, and 16 flat on the game clock. They'll get an additional challenge for the remainder of the game.
Taking you to the tables with me. What are you, 5-0 on these things?
I'm good today. Don't worry about it. I was never right when I was having conversations with officials when I was coaching, but now, I figured it out, I guess.
Doesn't even need glasses, said Greenberg. 10 blocks for Memphis tonight. 4 from Armando Bacot. There's another beautiful pass by Young. Unfortunately, unable to convert Sean Padula. He just has an innate ability to read those cutters and those angles from the top. Meshack floats it over Young, but the hand was in the way, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Nice competitive fourth quarter, hopefully coming up.
So I would be shocked if he didn't end up on the West Coast.
You know, I think you're right. I mean, just you talk about players, easy to talk to, incredibly smart. Damian Lillard's at the top of the list, and that was a rough go for him away from home. So
really
be fun to watch. He'll get well soon, get back in the league. We've seen guys come back off that injury, maybe not at that age, but he's had a terrific career.
Medicine's amazing. They found ways. I'll tell you, one of the things, oh my goodness.
Oh, they're not going to count the bucket. No basket, says the official. Young Hansen almost had another viral moment here in Vegas.
You know what I love? I love when these players from, say, low majors or mid majors, and they make it big like, let's watch this play again right here. He's trying to push this man up the lane. That's a foul probably before he had control.
Falling backward, 2 steps, one hand gather and put it in.
But like you see the relationship he had with his coach from Weber State. And like his inner circle are the people that he started his basketball journey with. To me, that shows the essence of what someone is and who they are all about. And that's how you really learn about people.
It's fun to think about, what would be the great landing spots for Damian Lillard as Love takes it to the rim. And he's an Oakland guy. I don't know if the Warriors can find that magic with Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry and Draymond Green again, but imagine going back to the Bay Area potentially.
Another shot maker. Talk about how far out the floor you'd have to defend that team. Jimmy Butler would love it because that court would be spread.
That was fun. There was an All-Star game a few years ago. I think it was in Atlanta during the COVID All-Star game, and there was never a shot. Like Lillard and Curry were taking one step back. They're like beyond half court taking shots. There's Lillard the season before last, and look, still a very competitive and productive player with incredible range.
Yeah.
2-point game here. Blazers with 7:39 to go. Bouknight's going to attack. Jalen Wells comes away with it for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Lillard's significantly younger than Chris Paul.
Lillard's, what, 35 now?
Chris Paul's hit the 40 spot, right?
Yeah, I'll look it up if he's still 38 or 39. As Flanders Fleming, but the point being, guys that just stay in incredible shape into their mid and late 30s.
And take care of their bodies. It's a great lesson for the young players.
40, you were right on the number. 40 years old. I didn't want to age Chris Paul without getting confirmation. Saw LeBron earlier today. He's going to be 41 right at the end of December.
I was a couple of years back.
Games on ESPN2. We saw Kyle Filipowski have an outstanding start to Utah Summer League yesterday afternoon.
He's got great hands, great footwork, versatility. He's going to have to continue to defend better. And sometimes I look at Kyle Filipowski, he's his own worst enemy. Like, if he just goes and plays, he's really a talented guy. He dropped a little bit in the draft, but he's going to be in this league a long time, and he is a unique offensive talent.
Jalen Wells, chance to add to his fourth quarter tally here. Young Hansen trying to defend. And the bucket went for Wells. We talk about the first game up tomorrow being Rockets and Pistons. Really good start to Summer League for Houston's Reed Shepherd, who had 28 points, 6 3-pointers yesterday. Never really got an opportunity. Houston played so well last year, and here's another steal by Fleming behind the back, and a dunk for Tyler Burton. All Memphis here in the fourth quarter.
And Reed Shepherd, if you listen and watch some of the videos in his interviews, he talked about he spent the last 2 2 weeks basically on his defense and in stance and doing defense breakdowns and closeouts and everything else, that working on what you don't do well, basically. And you know he can shoot it. You know he's competitive. You know he's can run a team, but he needed to, if he wants to get on the court, he's got to defend, and he's improved defensively. Great ball pressure right there. You can't be loose with the ball around this Memphis team. And there's Burton with the finish. Fleming's been really good.
29-14 Memphis here in the fourth quarter. Another highlight play there without Burton Jam. Here comes Fleming again. Floater won't go. 2 Grizzlies there knocking it around, and Portland coming the other way.
Being unselfish is contagious. And this Grizzlies team has created like kind of an epidemic of being unselfish.
Jalen Wells
And from the coaching staff. So
trust.
You got to have a little credibility because it's like a foul. Has a player ever committed a foul?
No, never. Not in their mind. Jalen Wells, by the way, was the number 4 rookie scorer last year in the NBA. Memphis having itself an outstanding fourth quarter. Portland trying to make a comeback. Book Knight gets down floor and scores. Book Knight now with 15 points here tonight for Portland. Coming up on the final 2 minutes. Memphis looking for its first win of this summer league. Wells with Jan contesting. Saves it, and heady job. Got it off of Wells' leg, out of bounds to keep possession. James Bouknight on that last possession. Bouknight trying to turn heads in Portland after getting waived by Charlotte a year ago, February. Played in the G League with Rip City last year.
It's a hard guy to figure out. So is he a ball guard? Is he a point guard? Is he a 2 guard? What's the thing that he does that says, you know what? He can help us this way. Handle it a little bit. Shoot it a little bit. Haven't seen him really play make a bunch. Maybe needs to be a little stronger with the basketball.
Sean Padula with the Portland bucket. Still down 9. 95 seconds to go. Sissoko with a foul well out beyond the arc. That is the first in the last 2 minutes against Portland.
The one thing we know, this last minute 34 won't take
134.
No.
It's been a summer league tradition so far here.
A summer league tradition is this could be 10 minutes.
Well, the thing we have noticed in a good way is, maybe not that foul, but guys that are playing hard right to the end, every possession, every second.
Which they should.
Now over the limit is Portland, so that'll put Memphis at the line with 1:34 to go.
What a day here, though, in Vegas. I mean, I came in early to watch Cuckoo Flag and Dallas play. Then I went over to watch the Pistons and go upstairs. It was a mass of humanity. This place was almost packed. Cox was totally packed with lines outside waiting to get in. The hallway was absolutely filled. I mean, it is the basketball epicenter for 10 days, and it has been embraced by this community, and people come from all over to experience the Summer League.
Of course, it's Saturday night on the Vegas Strip, so many of those people have already made their way to other destinations, or maybe just getting a little nap because we got 4 more games, and 8 of them all told between the 2 venues tomorrow afternoon. Late whistle on that attempt from Justin McCoy. I think the game of the day, and I didn't watch all of them over at the Pavilion, but that preceded our 2 games here tonight was the Hornets and 76ers with Charlotte. The young Charlotte Hornets coming up with 2 wins so far here in Summer League.
And a lot of different guys playing really well. And Con Knipple did not play today.
KJ Simpson has been impressing.
Very impressive.
19 points, 7 rebounds earlier.
Another guy that plays really on balance with a good pace.
There's MJ Walker at 18 off the bench, 6 3-pointers.
Guys do emerge at Summer League.
We'll rack it all up again tomorrow afternoon. Of McCoy hit the free throws. Portland has it inside of 10 now with a minute 20 to go. Memphis going to run some clock here. Double comes at Wells.
I got it.
Shot clock down under 5. Portland can get the rebound, still an opportunity, and it'll be Portland ball. Memphis thought it was off of Sissoko. Blazer basketball with 55 seconds left. Here comes Caleb Love. Sissoko got the contact.
He's a guy that just draws contact. That big body, he's going to find a way to get to the line.
Just want to talk about a guy who was from place to place to place at the trade deadline. He was traded to Sacramento with Zach LaVine in that De'Aaron Fox deal with San Antonio. Then he went to Washington with picks for Jonas Valanciunas, then was waived the next day. Played for San Antonio, Portland. The G League last year, has 34 NBA games of experience. This is his third summer league. First 2 with the Spurs and now with Portland.
Your notes are incredible, but I don't know how you can see any of that stuff.
Got new bifocal contacts this year. They're working out.
I'll tell you what, they're working good.
45 seconds left.
We had a replay, and the screen's right in front of me, and I couldn't see it. How about the guys back in Bristol and what they're doing for us? What an amazing
technical crew,
job.
Our production crew.
Tremendous.
No, it's early here. It's only 10:15 here in Las Vegas on the Pacific time zone. You're up watching late night basketball on the East Coast. Summertime, where else would you want to be?
Yeah, but those guys are working their tails off. It's one of the things I always say about ESPN. I really believe this. What we do is we talk ball. Everyone that is around you, all they want you to do is have a good show. They want to help you have a good show.
And I and Dave are a minuscule part of the production here, and I say that in all seriousness. Have you ever sat in a television production truck?
Yes.
Right. I think all of us have been told that you should. You get a greater appreciation of just how incredible all that is. His love misses, but young Hansen is there to finish off.
The legend grows.
His second summer league game, make it a 6-point game. And a steal.
Of course.
Oh, McCoy's shot nearly went down. Johnson's had a couple of impressive dunks here tonight.
And look, he's giving high fives with his guys, but right here, watch it. He's getting to the glass now. No one puts a body on him, and that's 7-2. But, like, he's engaged in the game. He's engaged in his teammates. And you're right, there's a lot of hand signals. That shot that we had earlier on asking the cutter in the back door to finish your cut with a hand motion. He's finding a way to connect with his teammates.
And you had mentioned the size of those mitts, that little slow motion replay of just the arm and the hand. Looked like it was about the size of the circumference of the basket. Only 20 years of age, from China. Number 16 pick by Portland.
Is that why he's wearing 16?
Most likely. I say it's a good bet. Don't know for sure. 8-point game. Portland looking for a quick shot. Sissoko can't finish. Rebound Memphis, and that should do it. Shot clock off. We haven't seen too many teams let the others dribble out the clock, but of course someone's looking to score here, and Baycott's going to get the deuce. Young with the three-quarter court pass. Sissoko at the horn. And that'll do it in Las Vegas on this Saturday night, and chalk up a win for the Memphis Grizzlies. Their first, coming off the loss to the Celtics.